Hi, I'm Layla Moran-Doceretto, and I'm the Artistic Director for Spare Stage. In 2017, we began development for Jennifer Lynne Roberts' play, The Killing Jar. It takes place in the Philippines in 1964, just as revolutionary politics are starting to bubble. This was also a revolutionary period in art, as Impressionism was giving way to abstract, and women were claiming space more than ever before. The Killing Jar is about a young and talented female artist who has come to convince a notoriously reclusive American expatriate to let her curate a show of his new work. The makeshift family, consisting of the orphan daughter of his former employee who runs his farm and takes care of him while studying to be an agricultural scientist, her widowed cousin who helps out around the farm, and an army buddy who owes him his life and manages his art. Each have different reasons for wanting to protect him from this outsider, who in some ways seems to understand him better than they do, despite their shared history and loyalty. We've had a private staged reading and 2 workshops, with a 3rd workshop scheduled in December and another in early 2018. Our goal, with your help, is to fully produce the show in the fall of 2018. We asked Jennifer to let us into her home and give us some background on the role her family's artistic history played in inspiring this nuanced and beautiful play.
This painting right here, when we talk about where my love for, affinity for art came from, it would be this piece here. This was hanging in my grandmother's home when I was growing up, and it is a piece painted by my mother when she was a teenager. And it's one of 2 that were hanging in my grandmother's home that my mother had painted when she was young. And I would look at these, obviously, and be fascinated, not only by the fact that my mother was an artist, which was exciting, but that art ran in the family, and that my biological grandfather was an artist and an actor. And so that's really where the beginning of my fascination with art came from. This is a print of a photograph of a painting by Jennings Sturgeon, and the photograph is from Andrew Berkman. When I started working on The Killing Jar, I didn't tell a lot of people that the artist in the play was loosely based off of my own grandfather, who was an expatriate living in the Philippines, painter, actor. When the play went to Future Fest in Dayton, not many people knew about this. After the reading, the actor who portrayed Johnny De La Cruz approached me, and he asked me if I was familiar with an artist named Jennings Sturgeon. And it floored me because, that was my grandfather, and that, again, loosely based on him. He said that the play reminded him a lot of Jennings, and that his family lived in the Philippines and knew Jennings and had a painting of his. It was a pretty emotional moment for me, I won't lie. So his brother, Andrew, was in possession of the painting. And so Andrew was kind enough to take a photograph of it and send it to me so that I could see it. And this is it. Something else that Andrew did that was pretty generous and incredible was that he wanted me to see the brush strokes of Jennings' work. So he took some close-ups of some of the painting, and he sent me those as well as photographs. And what was really cool about it is that when I got it, I realized that that photograph was yet another piece of art in and of itself. And so I contacted Andrew and I said, I love these close-ups that you have done. They're incredible, and can I blow that up and put it on my mantle? And he agreed, thank God.
You find my work inspiring then?
Yes.
Why?
Your use of color. The way you capture the stillness, the quiet of rural life.
There's nothing bucolic about my work.
I didn't mean to imply.
Lasky was a terrible apprentice.
He said you'd say something like that.
If he's teaching you to romanticize or somehow consider my work Arcadian, then he's just as poor of a teacher.
I only meant to compliment your work. The beauty and sadness.
You think my work is sad?
I think there's sorrow in it, yes. And a quietness. I think the two can coexist.
If you can, any contribution will help us to get to the point where we can book space, hire production staff, and all the various and sundry things that go into putting together a show like this. Thank you, and enjoy your holidays.